Hi everyone. It has been a long time that I didn't make a recording, and today I want to talk a little bit about one of my recent publications. This article was published in late 2021, in December 2021, and I want to briefly summarize this article. You know that last year I made a presentation in the Political Studies Association conference. Political Studies Association conference is based in United Kingdom, and every year regularly it's organizes conferences. So the media representation of coronavirus as a tool of discredit and praise. The case of Sözcü and Sabah was my topic. And then after a couple of months, I made this presentation as an academic article, and I thankfully published it. So I'm gonna share my screen and I'm gonna briefly summarize what my study has been about. So we know that coronavirus pandemic has affected in almost every country all over the world. And in my study, I tried to analyze the media representation of coronavirus pandemic in two of the leading Turkish newspapers. And these newspapers were Sözcü and Sabah. I chose these newspapers because they have been, they follow a totally different political perspective. And for each month, two articles have been analyzed. And from March to September, I selected some articles, and I selected the articles with the keywords in the title of coronavirus, pandemic, and virus. And as a literature review, I used media discourse, ideology, and critical discourse analysis as theoretical framework, and I made some references to Fowler. For example, Fowler is an important scholar while analyzing newspaper discourse. And also Van Dyck, I used the methodology of Van Dyck, the socio-cognitive approach. And critical discourse analysis, you know that it addresses social problems, and it has three models: Vodak's model, discourse historical approach, Fairclough's model, and Van Dyck's socio-cognitive approach. And my study was about Van Dyck's model, and Van Dyck introduces four principles for the analysis of ideology, which he calls ideological square. It emphasizes positive things about us, emphasizes negative things about them, de-emphasizes negative things about us, and de-emphasizes positive things about them. And based on this theoretical and methodological frameworks, I analyzed the 28 articles based on Van Dyck's model. So here, what Van Dyck's model tells us, there are some details. I'm going to put the link of my article under the video so you can find them. So central to Van Dyck's analysis of news reports is the analysis of microstructure, since it pertains to the thematic topic structure of the news stories and their oral schemata. And so based on these methodologies, as you see, I analyzed 28 articles, 14 articles from Sözcü and 14 articles from Sabah. I translated the relevant parts into English. And here, as a conclusion, I can say that as a result of this critical discourse and analytical approach, I have observed that newspapers represent the pandemic in their own perspective with their own ideological orientations. Sometimes this is performed in an implicit way, and sometimes not in an implicit way. Some of the articles, implicitly or explicitly promote the government discourse, reproduce the government discourse in Sabah, whereas the Sözcü does the vice versa. And for example, in some of the articles, Sabah delegitimates the political opposition by accusing the political opposition by being an anti-democratic or coup lover. So there have been some, specific linguistic features, like linguistic tactics used in order to reproduce the government discourse in Sabah, and in order to undermine or challenge the government discourse in Sözcü. But as one of the limitations of the study, not all of the articles does this, because I couldn't find, all the articles dealing with the same content. So I chose some keywords, and then I tried to analyze the content, but in some of the content there is a pro-government discourse. Some of the articles didn't cover the issue from a political perspective. So I'm gonna put the link to my article under the video, critical discourse analysis, how I used Van Dijk's model while analyzing the Sabah and Sözcü discourse in their representation of coronavirus pandemic. So it has been a long time since I didn't upload any videos so far. So I wanted to upload this video, and thank you for subscribing to my channel, and see you in another video.